Hello, my name is Bear Grylls, and today I'm going to a very rare science experiment. I'm going to be the first person to be shrunken to a small size to investigate the human body. And it's going to be fun. And I'm going to document the whole thing. I'm now going to the science lab that I will be shrunken in so I can be a small size to be able to investigate the human body. That must be the scientist who's going to shrink me.
You are going to be shrunken. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
As you can see, we have a wild white blood cell running to attack a virus. White blood cells are used to protect the body from diseases and viruses, while red blood cells are normally transported through the body to keep the human alive. Watch as this white blood cell attacks this virus. Right now, we're in the veins where all the blood cells gather round. We have the white blood cell, important for killing viruses, and the red blood cell, which is used to be carried through the body to keep the human alive and circulate blood through all the organs. Alright, we're now entering the heart. The heart is what keeps the body alive. It pumps blood, and then the blood rushes through the veins, which then circulates all the organs and keeps the human alive and healthy. Without the heart, the human we are inside of would not be alive. We just finished the circulatory system. Now we will be exploring the skeletal system. Right here we have a knee bone. The knee bone is important for your legs. It helps you move and is an important joint to the body. Without the knee bone, you wouldn't be able to walk. The next bone we will be seeing is the phalange. The phalange is part of your fingers and toes. The phalange holds your hands and feet together. Without it, you would not be able to move as well as you do now. The phalange is not the most important bone, but the name sounds funny, so yeah. The last and most important part of the skeletal system is the skull. The skull is what protects your brain. Without it, you probably wouldn't even be alive because of brain damage. It's very hard, as you can tell. These are the lungs. You breathe 14 to 20 times per minute through the lungs. When you inhale, air goes into the lungs, and when you exhale, you breathe out carbon dioxide, which helps the environment. Without the lungs, you would not be able to breathe, and you would probably die. This is the diaphragm. The diaphragm is a muscle underneath your lungs. Whenever the diaphragm expands, so do your lungs, and it allows more air to enter, so you can breathe more. We now interrupt your program to show this sponsored advertisement. Jack Links presents Messing with Sasquatch.
Okay, so there's a Sasquatch back there. I don't know if you can see him, but I'm gonna shoot him, so why not? Feed your wild side.
Alright. Stupid Sasquatch. What do you think you're doing? Huh? It's my territory. Oh! Oh my gosh! Oh! No! Don't! Feed your wild side. Right now, we're in the digestive system, and this is the stomach. It appears that the human we're inside of is currently eating Doritos. As you can see, they're going inside the stomach so they can later be broken down or digested. They're now being broken down so they can go into the small intestines. The stomach is important because without it, we would not be able to break down food and we would starve.
Are you done?
Alright, we will now be investigating the esophagus. When the human swallows food, it goes down the esophagus. There are muscles in the esophagus that help slide the food down. As you can see, the human we're inside of is currently swallowing food. And it's sliding down the esophagus. This man ate a lot of food. We will now be observing the small intestines. The small intestines are used to absorb nutrients and vitamins and minerals from the food that has been digested in the stomach. Watch as the small intestines take that food and absorb all the nutrients for the health of the body. After all the nutrients are absorbed, it sends the solid masses into the large intestines. Now we are with the large intestines. After the nutrients are sucked out of the small intestines, the solid masses are sent to the large intestines so the liquid can be sucked out of them to be used for digestion. The large intestines also extract solid waste as feces. As you can see, it's doing that right now. There seems to be problems in the bowels. Oh dear. It came out the other side.
Bicep.
Now moving on to the muscular system. This is the bicep. The bicep is a muscle in your arm. It is the upper front part of your arm, to be exact. The bicep is probably one of the most important muscles in your arm, but compared to the whole body, it's not really that important. It appears that the body we're inside of is probably at the gym doing curls. The last muscle we will be investigating are the stomach muscles, also known as the abs. As you can see, we have 6 rock hard abs. These abs help protect the stomach We are now moving on to the nervous system, where we will be viewing the brain. The brain is one of the most important parts of the body. It is protected by the skull, and the brain keeps you alive. When the nerves are triggered, it sends signal to the brain, which then tells you how to react. Without your brain, you wouldn't even be a person. You would just be a dead thing without the brain. Alright, we're now with the nerves for the nervous system.
HQ just told me to pick up the object to your left.
That is a nerve. The nerve's jobs are to send signals to the brain whenever something happens, so the brain can make a reaction.
HQ just told me, move your arm. It's gonna burn you.
As you can see, the man once thought of is dumb enough to touch a hot stove. So the nerves tell the brain to tell the man to move his arm so he does not get burned. The nerves are very important.
HQ just told me, get utensils to eat the omelet that you just made.
I guess the nerves don't want the man eating the omelet with his hands. Here we have a wild white blood cell getting ready to attack a virus. As you can see, white blood cells are mainly used to protect the body, while red blood cells are used to transport blood through the body. Jack Links presents Messing with Sasquatch.
Okay, so there's a Sasquatch back there. I'm gonna shoot him.
What do you think you're doing? Some Sasquatch? Oh God. Oh God. Feed your wild side. We might want to move the table over.
Oh, just...
This diaphragm appears to have carpet burn.
it actually hurts.